Northern Pokemon videos. Welcome back to part 2 of this collection that I purchased. In part 1, we covered a bunch of stamped cards, a bunch of holos, a bunch of little full arts, and now we're going to get into things that people would considered hits from their packs. We got started off with Zoroark Break, one of my favorite of the Break Pokemon. Foul Play. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon's attacks. Just use it for one colorless energy. Very nice Pokemon. Zoroark was a really good Pokemon back in the X and Y era. Also, a Greninja. Greninja was a Pokemon I think that almost won World Tournaments back in like 2016 or something like that. This Greninja Break was a really good card. Basically, you could just discard a water energy, do 60 damage, rotate it into another one, discard a water energy, do 60 damage, rotate into another one if you had a switch, do 60 damage, rotate into a normal Greninja that would shut down abilities. It was really overpowered. Nice to see one of these here. I'm happy I got that. There's a Chestnut that came out at the same time. Here we got the Chestnut. There was also a Delphox, but I don't have one in this collection. One of my favorite Pokemon, Omastar. I always thought this thing was creepy and cool. The Pokemon that came out in the set, like the Omastar regular, had a nice ability that allowed you to pick up restored Pokemon from your discard, or was it your bench, and just put them on there without needing their fossils. It was really nice. I always wanted to make it work. Never did get around to making it work, unfortunately. Get ourselves a Lugia, which I'm pretty hyped about. That's pretty cool. Get ourselves a Marowak. It was actually the very first break Pokemon that I actually pulled was a Marowak, followed by a Florges. Get ourselves a secondary Chestnut. And a Bronzong, which I think there was a Bronzong here. No, I guess I just actually have a few Bronzongs. And a Machamp. We got a lot of Pokemon. Got ourselves a bunch of EX cards here. I'm just going to skip ahead to where I can find the EX in question. Yeah, there you go. Got ourselves, I think, about 30 EX cards. Hold on, I'm just going to focus in. Got ourselves a Sceptile, a Leafeon, some more Sceptile EXs. Now, my buddy had this really cool idea for a deck there where it was, I'm going to give a shout out to Big Secret here, where he had a Leafeon GX card, and its GX attack was called Bloom, where it allowed all your grass Pokemon, I think, or all your Pokemon on your bench just to evolve. Now, Mega Sceptile, you need a Spirit Link, but this would end your turn anyways from using the GX. You could get all 3 or 4 of your Sceptile GXs up to Mega form in one big boom. That was pretty cool. It was a really nice card, had 2 energy costs, really efficient, really nice Pokemon. It was pretty cool. Get ourselves a Blaziken and a Mega Blaziken. Nice little dual set of them. Happy to get that. I think there's a Charizard card. Everybody loves Charizard. Good old fan favorite. And another cool thing for this is they had the Mega Swampert and Swampert promos. So I think the Blaziken was also a promo. Now I have all the Mega Swampert, Mega Sceptile, Mega Blaziken cards. So that's cool. Wow. I think they might have had more in the set, but regardless, here's some that aren't full art. Get ourselves a Blastoise. Good old Blastoise. Surprisingly, there's no Venusaur in this set, because you always seem to find them together. Palkia. Palkia had some issues back in the day. There was a Delgaia that had a secret rare bit. It was a beautiful silver card, looked amazing. It's worth about $30 right now. Palkia never got one like that. I get it was steel, and steel kind of works good with silver, but Palkia never got that kind of love, which is kind of a shame, really. But I think the Pokemon kind of plays favorites with whichever box art Pokemon does better than the other. For instance, Charizard does better. Dialga over Palkia, for instance. So Galio's cards have been pretty great in the recent sets. Yeah. Got ourselves a Kyogre. A Mega Aerodactyl. Unfortunately, there's no Spirit Link to go with it, but, cool. Just a nice big old mugshot of this guy with his Rock Drill Drive. Looks kind of neat. Don't think it's very playable. This attack does 10 damage to each bench Pokemon, both yours and your opponent's. It could be interesting, but I don't really see it working. Get ourselves a Primal Growlithe. Has a bit of damage. I remember seeing this card a bit. On the backside, at least. Let's see. Cool card. Has a unique barrier ability. Up here it says that it can't be attacked or be affected by trainer cards. So no Crushing Hammers, no Lysanders, no this, that, or other. Zygarde, one of my boys there. I love Zygarde. Zygarde was a lot of fun. It has this nice 1, 2, 3 energy costs for its attacks. Pretty cool. Get ourselves a Golem EX. Nice little Generations card. I always prefer I think I prefer the original Golem versus the Alolan Golem. That mustache and that railgun looks kind of weird. Get ourselves a Machamp with the Steaming Mad attack and the Crazy Hammer. If this Pokemon is affected by a special condition, this attack does 80 more damage, so that was pretty nice. You give it a little bit of poison, and the next thing you know, you're one-shotting Pokemon as long as you have strong energy. Mega Gengar, pretty happy to see about that. The Phantom Forces set was actually the set that I got back into Pokemon, so it's cool. I think it's one of the sets that I would like to complete with all its little candy jelly bean goodness here. Get ourselves a Mega Alakazam. Had a few of these, traded them away. A Mewtwo EX. Nice little Pokemon, another fan favorite. A nice little Altaria. It looks like there's some stuff on it though. Like, I know some of these cards weren't in the best condition. Just want to take a look here. Just looks like there's something in there. Maybe you see a little gash. Anyways, doesn't matter. Altaria ×2. I think I have myself a Mega Altaria. It's a full art. Neo. Malamar, which doesn't have a sleeve unfortunately, but Malamar was another great Pokemon. When you attach energy from your hand to this Pokemon, you may use its ability. You may use this ability. Your opponent's Pokemon is now asleep. So you could just sit there just constantly sleeping your Pokemon or your opponent's Pokemon return, but then energy moving it up somehow. Or using the Malamax, which is a beautiful attack. Beautiful sounding name attack. What is this silly? Flip a coin. For each energy attached to this Pokemon, does 60 damage. Times the number of heads. So yeah, I mean I messed that up, but yeah, flip a coin. You're gonna get about half of them, so it can do 60. But if you do this constantly, you can get some good numbers at that. Get ourselves an old Darkrai with the Night Cloak free retreat ability. Cool. Kingdra, one of my latest, or sorry, not latest, but one of the last full art cards that I actually got from the Pokemon X and Y's era. Not that this is a full art, just ended up getting one. A Latios with the Donk ability. By that I mean it has this attack first rate. If you go first, you can attack. You can use this attack on your first turn. Now there's a bunch of cards in Expanded that could boost this damage up to quite a high number. Actually, you can go up to like 90. If you started off with any basic Pokemon, you could have it knocked out just like that on the first turn. You didn't even get a chance to put down a single card. You just lost because it got donked. Tried to make Latios as a Mega deck because I actually pulled the Mega version of it back in the day. Full art, regular art, and just needed two, basic Latioses. Yeah, played that for a little while. And two full arts. One being a Mega Blastoise, and the other being a Mewtwo EX from the promo box. These are kind of cool. I think I always wanted to try to get the full arts for these three. I think I already have a Mega Blastoise. Need a Venusaur and a Charizard, but Charizard's a little bit more hard to come by. So yeah, that's just the EX cards I got. Nice little solid brick of EXs. Mixed with a few, here's most of the breaks here. If I recall, there was 30 of these in total. Or, 28 I think actually. I think I miscounted because one of them got mixed up in a different pile. Okay, and the last part of this will be GXs and better. So we got ourselves an Xerneas. I didn't get a chance to color coordinate these ones. I kind of had them in like kind of weakness from grass, fire, water, so to speak. Start off with an Xerneas, good old fairy Xerneas. A Reshiram promo from a special box with its partner in crime Zekrom GX. And I haven't had a chance to really read these cards. I know this one has Flame Charge, which allows it to charge its laser up so it can attack. Hopefully, you just start on your first turn, or your second, if you go second, attach energy. Cool. Then attack with this Flame Charge to add 2 more energy. So when it comes back to your turn, hopefully you'll have all 4, to which you can use this Vermilion GX attack, which does 180, which is a knockout. But then it says you may attach up to 5 fire energies from your hand to one of your Pokemon on the bench. Or your Pokemon any which way you want. So you can charge up like 2 Pokemon in like 3 turns, fully loaded. That's kind of crazy. Get ourselves a Zekrom. Zekrom kind of has a new friend there, Pikachu, because there's a new GX Tag Team card coming out sooner or later. Get ourselves a Vikavolt. An Articuno GX with a nice legendary Ascend ability. Long story short, it says that when you put this Pokemon from your hand onto your bench, you may switch it with your active Pokemon. If you do, move any number of water energies. So it's basically just Coco. With a Crushing GX, which is a nice little fun mill deck, stall deck attack. Basically, you can just get rid of all the energy on both active Pokemon. It costs you 1 energy. It could cost them up to 5 energies on their side. Tauros, a very famous Pokemon card. Sorry. I just noticed that the matte of these sleeves kind of takes away a lot of their finish. But Tauros GX with the Rage Attack says this does 20 damage plus 10 more damage for each damage counter on this Pokemon. So if you don't finish it off in one shot, it's going to come back at you with like 200 damage or something like that. Just right back at you full force. Or Ox, I guess, in this situation. Palossand GX. This was originally a Japanese promo that came in a box. We didn't get that box until I think 9 months later, very late. The problem is, though, is in this set, they never actually included a Palossand. Sorry, what is it called? A Sandygast? There was no actual Sandygast in the set, so if you pulled this in a pre-release, you couldn't even play it. How unfortunate. That was a little bit of a bad design. But anyways, that's just a big old pile of sand. Now here's a deck I'd love to actually make, a Kingdra GX deck. Doesn't look like anything too special at first glance, but it has a decent amount of HP. Hydro Pump does 10 damage times the amount of water energy, 10 times 50 more for each water energy. And if you use a Pokemon called Quagsire, this one, it says that you can move energy around on your bench. So you can retreat or move around and then just keep pushing the energy to a front healthy Kingdra GX. Do a lot of damage with that. I'd really like to make that into a deck. Get ourselves a Salamence with the Dragon Lift ability. Your Pokemon in play have no retreat costs except for Pokemon GX and EX. Now that's a little but for instance there was the Lance. You can put this on the bench for free and then get that ability, but again it doesn't work with GXs or EXs, so it's a little could be better. Get ourselves a Dawnwing Necrozma. Dawnwings has this nice little invasion attack, kind of like Keldeo, so you can just dive in and hopefully have some type of way of retreating. Maybe you'll have a stadium in play that makes it so that your Psychic Pokemon's retreat costs are 2 less, and then there you go. Regardless, or a switch or something. Has a nice Moon Eclipse GX, does 180, you can't take no damage next turn. That's not bad. Also, I mean, I guess it would work with the B-Strings. A Wishy-Washy. Now there's a fun little Wishy-Washy, baby Wishy-Washy cards that say that this attack will do 20 more damage and it'll have 20 more HP. If you have 4 of those on your bench with all their abilities, it can make this go up to like 300 or something like that, or really high up there. 310, I forget what it was. And do the Water Gun for like an extra $100 or 100 damage, blah. Genesect, one of my favorite Pokemon again. I think I got 2 of those. Okay, cool. 2 Genesects. It has the double drive ability, which means it's allowed to have 2 Pokemon tools. Now you can put 2 choice helmets or metal frying pans, for instance, and take less damage. Or you can put 2 choice bands on it, or 1 of each. You can have some fun with this. Has a normal attack for 130 and Break Burst, which says sorry, scratch my head. This attack's damage isn't affected by resistance, so you can just, boom, go right through a lot of things. Get ourselves a nice fancied Pokemon. A lot of people are looking for the Alolan Ninetales, and I got one. This one has the Mysterious Guidance. A lot of text on this one, like, covers up way higher up than a normal GX Pokemon with an ability and 2 attacks. Just when it evolves, you're allowed to grab yourself 2 item cards. That could be a rare candy, maybe an Ultra Ball or something like that. Helps you set up your Pokemon. So this one's a little bit played right now. People are hyped about that. A Blacephalon GX. Blacephalon has the Mind Blown ability, or attack ability, blah. Shouldn't do these videos late at night when you're half asleep after a long day, just saying. And it does 50 damage times the amount of fire energy you wish to discard. You can have a whole bunch of them on your Pokemon, just like discard 1, 2, 3, and does 50 damage times each one. But they go into the Lost Zone, so you won't be able to get them back, so you gotta find a way to make it work. Interesting card. I know somebody who might want to trade for it. Otherwise, I might give it a shot. Seems like fun. Okay. Get ourselves a Nillair Full Art Dialga here, going into the Full Art area. Dialga is one of my favorite Pokemon. I love myself my Pokemon Diamond. Happy to see another one of these guys. Get ourselves a Ho-Oh GX Full Art. That's pretty cool. A Lycanroc Midday form. I play with the Lycanroc Midnight form because it has a nice ability. Allows you to pull a Pokemon off the bench. Electro GX Full Art. Electro has a nice little Energy Bomb ability where you can knock itself out, but you're allowed to grab 5 energy cards from your, your deck, and just attach them to your Pokemon any which way you wish. You can attach maybe DCEs or whatever you want. So there's this nice little donk deck where you can evolve your Huntail onto the first turn and then have this come up and blow up on it and just itself, allowing the Huntail to go up front because it has its energy evolution. And yeah, just next thing you know, you're swinging for 100, and I think it's like 30 times every energy in play. Or no, it's 20. But regardless, you can just turn to knock a lot of people out for this one. Anyways, get ourselves a pair of Mr. Mimes with the magic evens. It's funny that they didn't release the magic odds number. It allows this Pokemon to take no damage when attacked by a Pokemon. When the damage comes up to something even, like 20 to 260. So if it ends at any of those numbers, 260, 160, 200, 100, whatever it be, just takes no damage. But unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of HP, and and Breakdown is not the greatest. For each card in your opponent's active Pokemon's hand, put 1 damage on their... Unfortunately, this Pokemon doesn't have the best attack, unfortunately. Breakdown, which is a nice song, actually. For each card in your opponent's hand, put 1 damage counter on their active Pokemon. Now, most people have about 4 to 7 cards in their hand. This is not going to do you a lot of good. There's 2 of them. It's a Neato. An Umbreon. There's an Umbreon GX Full Art here. Umbreon's a fan favorite, but this one wasn't the greatest. It had a little bit of play when it first came out. I actually have a whole bunch of Umbreons. I think I already have 3 other Full Arts. So maybe just 1 more for the collection. We'll see. Get ourselves a Dragonite Rainbow Rare from the box. I was actually hoping to make Dragonite work. And yeah. Just a nice, good attack, 200 damage, but you can't attack in your next turn. But you can get around that by retreating it to the bench or figuring something else out. There's a few ways to get around that. Get ourselves a Lunala GX Full Art. I have myself a Solgaleo. Now I have myself a Lunala. I also have another Full Art from this pile here somewhere. And at least I'm pretty sure I showed that off in here. And yeah, now I have all the Lunalas and all the Solgaleos and all the arts. So I'm pretty up to about that. Psychic Transfer allows you to move as many psychic energy around as much as you want. Not that great. The Solgaleo had a little bit more power to it. A Marshall GX. Marshall was a mythical Pokemon that was featured in, I think, the I Choose You Pikachu. Yeah, that's something like that. Anyways, Rainbow Rare. Shadow Hunt allows you to use any attack from the discard as long as you have the energy. Kind of neat. Kind of reminds me of this old deck I used to play with Mew EX, where I could use any attack on the field, and I just use a Glaceon and Jolteon EX's attacks to block evolution Pokemon or basic Pokemon. Well, maybe they can go to the discard, and Marshall can do that. I actually want to get my hands on a few of the Full Arts. Here's a Hyper Rare, Neato. Okay, got another Hyper Rare. We got a Hyper Rare Electro GX. Same blurb about the Energy Bomb. Knock it out. Get as many energies as you want. Get ourselves a Full Art Trainer. We got ourselves a Full Art Team Skullgrunt. Oop, that's not focusing worth heck. There you go. It says look at your opponent's hand. Discard 2 energy cards you see there. Not the best. I already have one of these, but it's cool to have another maybe. Maybe I'll try this one away. Okay. Next we're followed by an Underground Expedition. Me and my words. And followed by that is a Underground Expedition. Underground Expedition says look at the bottom 4 cards of your deck and put 2 of them in your hand, put the other 2 back in the bottom of your deck in any order. So that's kind of a neat card, just kind of like a draw 2, but you get to decide what you want to pick out of it. And plus it's a cool looking card, not a bad looking art. Followed by a Bonnie. Bonnie is the main character. I'm pretty sure a lot of you know who Bonnie is. But Bonnie is not a really good card, unfortunately. It says discard stadium. You can only play this card if there's a stadium card in play. Discard that stadium card. During this turn, your Zygarde GX can use its GX attack 1 more time, even if you already use your GX attack. Now that's kind of neat, but the thing is that's just for 1 Pokemon, so it's a very limited card. Zygarde's attack was something like I think 150, but it couldn't take damage the next turn. Not the worst, but unless you're focusing on just making that 1 deck, not the greatest. Anyways, it'll just be another Full Art. Now followed by another cool Full Art. We got ourselves Kiawe. Kiawe says that you're allowed to grab 4 fire energies from your deck, put them on your Pokemon any which way you want, and then you end your turn. So it's kind of cool. Great for fire decks. Really good for that rush around, actually. And the last Full Art supporter is a Copycat, which is one of my favorite Full Art cards from this era of Sun and Moon. Copycat says shuffle your hand into your deck, then draw a card for each card in your opponent's hand. And this was just a cool character in the game. So you'd walk around, see a bunch of sprites, you'd see a baby Pikachu, you'd see a plane, you'd see a Team Rocket in the back. And you go up to them, you talk to them thinking they'd be these people, but then it's like, hey, I'm actually the Copycat person. And they take off their mask, have a little battle with you, whatever. But it's just cool. She's actually, or it, I should say, I'm not quite sure what gender it is. Doesn't matter. Is actually pretending to be Gold, or Ethan character from Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Or Gold and Silver, actually. Crystal 2, I guess. Anyways, that's just neat. I'm happy I got myself one of these Copycats. And the last two cards in the set are, this collection that here is a gold card. A Peking Red card, which is something I think I pulled a while back. Ended up trading away to this gentleman that I got this collection off of, and then ended up getting it back when I bought the collection. Followed by a very new card from Lost Thunder, the Spell Tag. Spell Tag can only be attached to psychic Pokemon, so it makes it a little, it's kind of like a bursting balloon. When this Pokemon gets knocked out from damage from your opponent's attack, put 4 damage counters on your opponent's Pokemon in any which way you like. Now that could be very clutch for finishing off something that only has, say, 10 or 20 HP remaining, but it just seems to be like a worse bursting balloon. Well, not the worst. Well, thanks for watching my Northern Pokemon openings and, I guess, collection buying this time. This is just a nice big old collection of cards that I picked up. Thanks for watching. Gonna have to sort through all that. This is Professor Joel, and I'll see you next time. Also, check out the description below for links. Feel free to challenge me on Pokemon TCGO and whatnot, and check out my Discord. Again, the links will be in the description below. Thanks for watching. My name is Professor Joel, and I'll see you next time, or catch you later, I should say. Peace.